Hey y'all, how you doing? So today I'm back with another one, but this time I'm not going to go to the Bible verses like I normally do. I'm not even going to sing today. Today is more about what I need to release. Okay, so in honor of Thanksgiving, I'm going to honor something that I don't normally honor: my feelings. Yes, my emotions. Um, Now, this is not on purpose. As a Black woman in the US of A, I have unfortunately had to put my emotions aside to go through life. I have lived my life, my whole life, in some form of struggle and had to be a survivor. And so, survivor and feelings don't work well together. So, in this case, I've had to kind of put the feelings aside, bury them, if you will. I like to say swallow them because I have noticed that I speak my mind. Oh, I have no problem telling you what I think, but how I feel, I kind of swallow that. I am naturally analytical, okay, in the way that I approach issues, but I haven't been given my emotions the time, the effort, the love, even the opportunities to be expressed that they deserve. So today, I'm going to give it a try. Now, I come like this, especially for Thanksgiving, because I wanted to show some gratefulness towards them, but also because it's time for me to really throw it up. Okay. The swallowing is over. Now, I, unfortunately, in my lifetime, have lived a life in struggle. I have lived survival mode most of my life to a point where feelings just don't have a place. Because when you're trying to figure out what your next steps are, or you're trying to survive a thing, your feelings just don't have a place. Yes, they deserve to be expressed, but in the moment, you got to figure out what's your next plan, your next steps. You got to figure out what you're going to do. You got to figure out if you need to be 2 or 3 steps ahead. You got to figure out how to protect yourself and how to keep yourself from being in a situation where you're going to be hurt. Okay. And so I have lived my life that way. Now, I do look forward to the day that that's not my reality anymore. But even right now, I'm still living in that space. And so I want to release some of that as Thanksgiving comes in. So here goes. Many of you, some of you who watch my videos in silence, have been a part of the problem. Y'all have been people who have hurt me along the way. Y'all have watched and hoped for my downfall. Y'all have sit here and hoped that in some way, shape, or form that Nichelle's light was going to go out. But here's the thing. I have always had that happen with me. This is not new. This is not a new thing for me. I have had that going on in my life since I was a child. I have had people trying to dim my light even then. And so you are no different than anything that I grew up with. The problem is that there is not an understanding that God has anointed me. Now, I don't know my full anointing. I'm not going to lie to you about that. But He has shown me over and over again that He has my best interest at heart. So even when you're out plotting and you're doing your thing and you're slandering my name, I mean, I've been called some everything. I have been called a whore, slut, home wrecker. I have been said that I was the worst of the worst, even though the only thing I have shown is gratitude. I have shown support. I have shown kindness. I have been like this positive, cheerful person. I lead in my life with love. That is who I am. And because of that, I've had people try making a fool of me. I've had people out here taking advantage of me. I've had people out here just really, really just hating the idea that that's who I am and doubting that I am that person. Like even making the assumption that I am like that because I want something in return. I want to be clear about that. I am who God made me to be. I have done my best through struggle, through pain, through frustration, through all the traumas I've been through in my life, to remain happy, cheerful, positive, caring, loving. And it's been difficult. I'm not going to lie. It's been hurtful. Yes. But one thing I have learned is that even though I knew what the other people were doing, because again, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this, okay? Even though I knew what people were doing, I still decided to remain true to me and to remain true to who God made me. And I'd rather be called a fool than a victim. Now, I know that's sad. When I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what, that's sad. But growing up as on a single parent home and with a strong black woman who was having her own struggles and, barely even living life and trying to raise me, all of that strength that I was raised under, and then I, in return, did the same thing with two boys on my own. The truth of the matter is, there's no room. There is no room to sit down and wallow in any kind of feelings. You got to get up and go. You got to get up and make it happen because there are people depending on you. Okay. That's the kind of lineage I came from. And so when you come after me in that way, you're not understanding that I was already built for this. But that doesn't mean that I don't feel it. And I have felt your distrust. I have felt your betrayals. I have felt your slanders. I have felt all of the things that you've said behind my back that you don't think I know about. I have felt all of the negative energy that you have thrown at me that has been repelled. I've felt it all. But today I'm releasing it and I return it back to you. It does not belong to me. Why am I going to hold on to something that's not mine? No. Yes, I have feelings. You may have hurt them. But the thing is, I'm like a phoenix. I rise. I rise. Because here's the thing, anything I did for you, I did for you out of the kindness of my heart. I did it out of love. I didn't have to like you. Half the people that I come in contact with, I don't have no real relationship with. I don't really like people like that. Okay. But if I see somebody who needs something, I'm going to be there. That's who I am. Th- no question. If I see that you need support, I'm there. That's the reason why I'm a social worker. Okay. Because I wanted to do this not just in my personal life, but I wanted to do it in my professional life. I wanted to be the difference I wanted to see in the world. I take that seriously. So I don't have to like you, and you don't have to like me. But if something is needed, something is needed. I believe that I am on a mission of God. And I believe that there are spaces that He put me in because He wants me to make a difference in those spaces. And that's what I'm doing. So, again, what hurts me the most, though, I have to say, you might be trying to bring me down, depress me, and all that, but what hurts me the most is I can't be myself. Because me being myself causes people like many of you to look at me a certain way. It causes you to approach me a certain way. Okay. It causes you to turn into a vulture. It causes you to show your colors of who you are and then call me the fool. See, me being me is what's bringing up you. My light shining on you is what's showing what's in the shadows. I don't have nothing to do with that. I'm just being myself. But if me being kind says to you, I need to make her a victim, the problem is not me, it's you. If me going to help you out makes you think, oh, she must want something from me. Why is she trying to help me? The problem is with you. If me being who I am, me trying to help the community, me trying to help a stranger, me trying to help even an enemy or a friend, if me being me is a problem, then the problem is you. And what hurts me the most about all of this is I can't be myself and not be seen as me being myself. If I'm kind and I'm like, hello, good morning, then I'm seen as someone that somebody can conquer. Or I'm seen as, oh, you want my man. Or I'm seen as, oh, she thinks she's better than everyone else. What all I'm doing is showing kindness. And again, I know the problem is not me. If I'm in an organization and I'm seeing an issue happening and I'm saying, hey, how y'all doing? Guess what? I'm seeing this issue happening. I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Do we have any protocols around that or something like that? I'm not trying to take your job. I'm not trying to be in charge. I'm seeing something that obviously either you don't want to see or you didn't want to do anything about, right? And I'm saying this is noticeable. I'm not being silent. Why is it that me being me is the problem? And then the allyship. You know, I hear like, oh, I'm an ally. I'm an ally. I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm going to be real with y'all. I have to be real with y'all. That's some BS, because if you're an ally, you're not going to be saying that you're an ally. What you're going to do is just be about your business. You know what I'm saying? There's a system that is set up to oppress people. You know the system is there. And you know you got to fight the system. It's not about giving another group of people who are oppressed a voice. You don't have to give us anything. If you feel like you have to give somebody something, you have to empower our voice. The word empower means that the person ain't got power. You're trying to improve their power, if you will. So if you know that to be true, why not dismantle the system itself? That is true allyship. Say no to the system. See, I'm a person that don't have a problem standing up for the needs of others. I don't have a problem being in the gap. I don't have a problem. I don't care if I don't like you. I don't care if you my worst enemy. If I see you bleeding on the street, I'm not going to sit there and record it and laugh. I'm going to try to help and support you because that's who God made me to be. But in this world, it hurts my heart to know that me being me being the kind, supportive, loving, honest, just happy go lucky Nichelle is the problem. That's what hurts me. That's what breaks my heart. It's not your betrayal. It's not your bullshit as whatever the hell you saying about me. It's not that you feel like you made a fool of me, because I know when you dig one, did you dig into, you made a fool of your damn self because you had a good person in your life and you decided to fumble it. So for me, that is not what hurts me. What hurts me is I can't be me without you feeling like this person needs to be taken advantage of. I can't be me. So I want to get that out before Thanksgiving comes in. I'm still going to continue to be me, no matter what you decide to say or do or whatever you going to go off with this video. I'm still going to be me. And I know God has a beautiful plan for my life. I know that everything that I have poured into the world is going to come back to me 150 fold and then some. But I want y'all to check yourself. Because I'm not the problem. Me being me being a kind-hearted, sweet, supportive, loving person is not the problem. And I will not, I repeat, I'm not going to accept that as my burden to bear anymore. Thank y'all for listening.